How to add a purchase bill in eSalesAnalyst software. Hello guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing great. In today's video, we'll discuss how to add a purchase bill in eSalesAnalyst software. If you're managing inventory, this is super important. So let's get started. 1. Go to the Purchase module. Click on the Purchase module. Then navigate to Purchase Entries and click Add to enter a new purchase. A purchase entry window will appear, but if it doesn't open properly due to PC settings, click on the three-dot button twice to enlarge it. 2. Set the date. The system date is automatically linked, but if you're recording a past purchase, don't forget to adjust the date accordingly. 3. Enter supplier and invoice details. Already created a purchase order? Just enter the order number. In the supplier field, search for the vendor name from your saved suppliers. If it's a new supplier, click Add, enter the details, and save it. Now the supplier is available for future purchases. Enter the supplier invoice number, if available, to keep a proper record. Or add purchased items. Now let's add the items. Scan the barcode to automatically load items into the purchase bill. No barcode? No problem. Search for the product manually by name. For medical and pharmacy businesses, you can also enter the product's registration number. Select the desired item from the list by clicking on it or pressing Enter. 5. Adjust item details. Want to declutter? Remove unnecessary columns using the plus button. Need to modify tax fields? Hide or show GST and WST as required. Adjust important settings like price margins, packing units, and batch numbers. If an item has a batch number, especially in pharmaceuticals, enter the correct batch details. The purchase price of an item is displayed here. For example, the purchase price is showing as 120, while for other items, it appears in the received quantity section. Here, you can enter the number of pieces or bundles you have purchased for each item, and they will be added to your invoice automatically. If you wish, you can also enter a single price, and the total amount will be calculated accordingly. If you already know the total amount, for instance, if you know that you have received 3 pieces for a total of 4,200, then the software will automatically calculate the per item purchase price for you. This means that both options are available to you, and you can use either one to manage your purchasing process effortlessly. If you have paid sales tax on an item, especially for businesses like a paint shop, this option is very useful. In purchasing, sales tax is added per item, so you can enter the sales tax here. Additionally, if withholding tax applies to this item, you can mention it in the respective field. Similarly, in businesses such as the pharmaceutical industry, sales tax is calculated per item. You can enter the tax details here, and once sales tax and withholding tax are applied, the total amount will be displayed accordingly. If you do not require these 3 columns, you can hide them, and the sales tax, withholding tax, and total columns will disappear from view. Another unique feature is that you can see how much percentage margin you are getting per item. The profit margin between the retail and purchase price is displayed here. For example, if the purchase price is 90 seater and the selling price is 300, the margin is 36 cents. This feature is particularly useful for businesses dealing with medicines and is also beneficial for all other types of businesses. As you make purchases, you can immediately see how much profit or margin you will get on each item. You can also set the retail price here. If you want to mention the wholesale price, you can enter it in the given field. Additionally, the recommended price can also be updated here. Once you update the prices, the retail and wholesale prices across the entire software will be updated automatically. If you receive any end discount in purchasing, like in the paint business where end discounts are available, you should mention the discount percentage here, such as 10% or 12%. Once you finalize your purchase, the discount will be distributed among the items, affecting your stock, worth, and value. Similarly, if there is any tax applied at the end of the bill, like 100 or 200, you should add it here. This tax will also be included in your overall profit and loss calculations in the software. If this was a cash purchase, you should mark the full amount as paid. However, if you want to purchase on credit, you can enter the amount you have paid or even mark it as paid 0 while keeping the remaining amount in the supplier's ledger. The paid field reflects the balance with the supplier at the end of the transaction. Before this purchase, the supplier's current balance will be displayed, and after adding the bill, the updated balance will be visible. There are two payment methods, cash and bank. In most businesses, purchases are made in cash, so the default selection should be cash. However, if you make a payment through a bank, you need to select the bank option, mention the bank name, enter the slip number or description, and then save the transaction. This ensures that the payment is deducted from your bank account instead of cash. You can also add a description for any additional details related to the bill. Once done, save the bill, and it will be recorded in the software with a batch number. The software also includes an expiry date option for items that have an expiration date. If you enter an item's expiry date, you will receive alerts when it is about to expire. The format for entering the expiry date is DD MMYYY, day, wife, month, year. No other format is allowed, otherwise the expiry date will not be saved in the software. Another feature in purchasing is UOM, unit of measurement. By default, it is not shown, but you can enable it if needed. This is useful when purchasing items in smaller units instead of full packaging. For example, if instead of buying a full box of Panadol, you purchase only a few tablets, you can convert the purchase into smaller units. The same applies to other businesses where items such as cables or other materials may be purchased in smaller units. If you are buying in pieces instead of bulk, you must mention the number of pieces purchased, the purchase price per piece, and the selling price per piece. By default, purchases are made in larger units, but if needed, you can switch to smaller units. That's all for today's video. In the next video, we will discuss other options, so stay tuned. Until then, goodbye.